Hello everyone, welcome to Science and Environment series with Dr. Vivek Rana. Topic for today's discussion is from Environment section. It is OSOWOG initiative which is in news. So in today's lecture we will decode what this initiative is, what is its significance, what are the challenges in implementation of this grand initiative. So this is a topic which can be asked in both prelims and mains. So we will be discussing both the dimensions of this thing. So without wasting any time, let's decode OSOWOG initiative. So first of all, you can see that this word is an acronym. So we have to decode what is the full form. It's quite a straightforward one. If you have gone through it, it will be an easy one. Otherwise, it's a blind word. It can be linked to an economics or environment or even a science sector. So OSOWOG stands for One Sun, One World, One Grid. So clearly it has something to do with the solar energy. India is already have taken lead by initiating that International Solar Alliance. We all know how India is progressing on Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, and it has set already an ambitious target of 100 gigawatt of solar energy by 2020. So it's one of the steps once again in the similar direction, because India eyes it is the opportunity to just attain the leadership to further rubber stamp our authority, and we could take a lead that others can emulate. So this is One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative. As the name signifies, it is going to be a one grid. Its aims of connecting, or you could say creating a global ecosystem where solar energy can be harnessed and where multiple countries can make the best use of this renewable source, which is fast emerging as the preferred choice over the fossil fuels. So it's proposed by India. So this is the proud movement. We can say that India is the brainchild of this initiative, because in International Solar Alliance we had seen it was also the role of France. So it was a joint initiative of India and France, but whereas OSOWOG is totally an Indian initiative. The charge given to the ministry to execute is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, because the examiner in prelims might try to confuse you with the Environment Ministry, because if you have not gone through an initiative, such statement could appear to some of the candidates. So you have to understand, for solar energy and for other emerging cleaner alternatives, we have Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, which is implementing such policies. So the vision is quite interesting. They say the sun never sets. So this is what the tagline is, that the sun never sets. What it implies is that across the globe, the sun is present at some place at some time. So this makes it a global initiative where almost all countries can be theoretically involved. Yes, the sunshine countries which fall within the tropics once again would be the primary countries which would be involved in the project. Currently, the initiative is centered around seizing almost 140 countries which receive more or less over 300 days. Just like we had seen in ISA, there were sunshine countries which were roughly 121. So it's a broader version. It aims to target almost 140 countries across the globe for a start. So this is a tagline which you should memorize. The sun never sets in, and it's pretty straightforward. And if you're studying geography, you know how sun is there at some different latitudes. The implementation would be carried out in 3 phases. So they have a proper vision to execute this project. So in the first phase, they will target the Middle East. Is the acronym which they have coined for the first phase. It stands for Middle East, Southeast Asia, and South Asia and Southeast Asia. Okay, so MESA. So because these are the countries which are already seizing the opportunity and they feel that solar energy is the way forward to achieve the green growth. So the first initiative, we will target the groupings of SAARC as well as the BIMSTEC, because with them we share a close coordination. After this first phase is completed, the second phase will be with Africa. So Africa being a tropical country, it also receives the adequate sunlight, and these countries also want to switch to cleaner sources. So they are quite happy to be associated with such a visionary project. And in third, there will be the global interconnectedness once the things work out as per the plan. So this is quite ambitious mission in which almost the global participation is India is aiming at. It's at a preliminary stage at the moment due to COVID. The work cannot be implied, and they were planning to start straight away in July, August, but still it has been put on hold for the time being. But once the things ease out, this project is India's answer to One Belt One Road initiative, because this is one has a potential of India being attaining a global leadership, at least in environmental matters. If we go back in history, we know that how USA has pulled out of COP21 Paris Agreement, and there is a vacuum is being felt. So at least India, by time and again announcing such initiative, it is showing that it is capable of doing it. The major challenges which this project is likely to face, first of all, is the grid, because when you will connect the entire grid on global scale, even though it will require a minimal investment, but such grids can be prone to accidents, because there can be natural disaster or some errors from human angle as well. And third, the cyber attacks cannot be ruled out. Some agency or some opponent might just try to crack at initial stage, which is there in all infrastructure projects, but which can be addressed. The second major challenge is transmission losses. We all know solar energy being energy which is counted among the low efficiency one sources. It has around 20% efficiency, which makes it challenging for the economies which are thriving on or were dependent on using fossil fuels. So it may not be an as attractive option for all the countries which India is planning to inculcate. And the third, once again, dependence on China, because solar photovoltaic cells and other import panels which will be directly or indirectly we have to depend on China, and currently the current atmosphere does not is conducive for such engagements. So these are some of the practical challenges which this project will eventually face once it operates. And finally, but why it's worth undertaking this project or initiative? Because it first is foremost, it will require minimal investment. It's just that the consensus has to be built and public acceptability is already there, which is not there in case of nuclear energy, which we cover in our class. There is a NIMBY sentiment not in my packet. There is no such concern with the solar energy. Moreover, we all want to reduce our carbon footprint, and this is the right way to go about it. Already all countries have announced their ambitious NDC target, national determined contribution. So they have to switch sooner or later to renewable. So this is project which caters to that objective as well. It will be minimal, there will be no direct emissions as well. And moreover, currently the upgradation of technologies and energy storage efforts has once again tilted the tide in favor of solar energy. So there is no need to be too apprehensive about this project. Moreover, it will catapult India into the global leadership. So India has an opportunity, because sooner or later India is progressing well in its INDC target, which was reiterated at COP25 as well. So this project has a grand scale. Yes, there will be some logistic challenges in implementation. Some deadlines may not be met at time, or it may fall short of expectation, as we have seen in the ISA as well. We were targeting 121 countries, but currently the 67 countries have ratified it, even though now the amended ISA framework has opened doors to all the countries. So all these efforts are complementing, and at global scale these are the positive initiatives, because we are switching to the cleaner and the better fuel of tomorrow, and India's green war also revolves around solar energy. So this is an initiative will further give impetus. So this is all we have for SOWOG initiative. Any news or development related to this initiative should be followed, because this is a theme which will dominate headlines in coming times once it is approved and it start taking concrete shape. Thank you very much. We will be back soon with another science and tech environment theme. I hope this session was useful. Thank you very much.